Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tiffany, and while this is Tiffinstitches is what I normally say, I am doing a little bit of a podcast name change. I had a revelation the other day, right before I fell asleep, and I really liked this name, and I looked it up and no one seems to already have it, so I went ahead and changed my YouTube channel. So if you already saw that, that's what that's about. This podcast is renamed Passionately Crafted. Knitly, like knit. Anyways, I thought it was clever and a cool little play on words, and I just really liked it. Tiffinstitches was something that I coined back in my floss tube days when I used to cross stitch, which I have picked back up a little bit lately, but nonetheless, knitting is definitely more my focus and my passion. And so Tiffinstitches always worked for knitting because obviously there's knit stitches and purl stitches, and stitches always worked. But I just feel like this name, Passionately Crafted, is more suited for what I'm doing and trying to build here. So yeah, that's the new name of this channel and of this podcast, and I hope you guys like it. If you're new here, I'm Tiffany. I am from a suburb of Houston, Texas, where I live with my two boys. I'm a single mom to a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old. I also have a puppy. He is almost 4 months old, and his name is Cooper. And I knit, and I sew occasionally. I cross stitch occasionally. I do a lot of different crafty things, but knitting is my main hobby and passion. And I am here today for, I think, podcast episode number 14 to talk to you guys about progress on my projects. So the first thing that we're gonna jump into is a finished object that I had to film a separate clip for, which I'll insert here in a moment. And then at the end, I do have some giveaway updates that I announced giveaway winners on podcast number 12. And of the 3 winners, one of them contacted me. I got hers mailed off. The second winner ended up being an international winner, which it was US only for that giveaway. So I'm gonna redraw that prize. And the third winner has not contacted me. So it's been a month at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and at the end of this video, redraw winners from my stash giveaway. That was day 0 of Vlogmas. So if you entered to win, which I had a lot of entries for that, if you entered to win, stay tuned to the end of this video and I will be announcing the new winners. And we'll go from there. So we're gonna kick it off with this finished object, which I'm super excited about. It was expected finished object this time around, my sample knit for Lauren of Treehouse Knits. So let's go to past Tiffany and she'll share a little bit about that with you guys. All right, I am sure I am inserting this clip into the podcast this week. So hello from the past. I wanted to show you guys my finished sample knit for Treehouse Knits before I send it in the mail today. So today is Thursday, January 2nd. This is ready to go to her. My deadline is January 6th, so I definitely want to get it in the mail as soon as possible. So instead of waiting until tomorrow when I normally film, I'm filming this now. So this is my finished object for this podcast, my only finished object, and it is the striped sweater by Andrea Mowry. And I finished this guy pretty darn quick. I'll put here the day that I started it, and then I finished the knitting on it on the 31st, and then it finished drying by the 1st. So it was done yesterday. I clipped all the ends and all of that. So I finished this on the 31st of December. It is my last finish for 2024. Right by the hair on my chinny chin chin, isn't that what they say? So I love it. Let me show you guys. So Lauren opted for the full length version. So it is pretty long. And then she did the cropped sleeves. So they are 3/4 length sleeves, which I actually really like. This is my first time making a sweater with crop sleeves, and I like it. I don't think it will be my last time. I knit this for her in a size 4. My gauge was pretty close. I measured it after blocking, and all of the measurements, I'm actually a little bit big on the sleeves, a little bigger than the size 4, and the bust was like an inch or 2 small, but pretty darn close. So I hope it'll be okay. I hope it'll fit her just fine. And so let me tell you guys just a bit about the yarn, because I can finally talk about it, which is exciting. You're finally seeing this guy in all of its colorful glory. I could not show the color of this until now because these are Lauren's Advent colors. So she wanted me to wait until after everyone had had a chance to open her full Advent, and so I did, and this is what the colors are. So let's talk about it. The first color here, these top 3 colors here, so the gray, the purple, and the rust color, are all on her sport base, and it's beautiful to work with. I love the stitch definition, like it's gorgeous. The first color is this beautiful dark gray, and that is in the color France. And then I'll tell you, after knitting, sorry, that was my hair clip. The size 4 in this pattern, she only sent me 1 skein, and I sent her my measurements here. So I had 21 grams of this color left over, and of 100 gram skein. And so you can see that is the gray. And then the purplish gray, lavendery gray, is called Tularusa Basin. And I had 20 grams of this one left over. And then the rust color is the one I use the most of, I think because I did the bottom ribbing in that color. That one is called Scotland, and I had 15 grams left over. And then the last color is actually on a different base. This is on her cashmere lace base. It's so fuzzy and so soft and so beautiful. This is in the color Australia, and I held it double, so she sent me 2 skeins of that, and I was left with a total of 39 grams. So that is what we've got there. So I did not make any modifications to this. The pattern gives you the option of full-length sleeves or cropped sleeves. It gives you the option of a cropped body or a full-length body, and I let Lauren, you know, tell me what she wanted me to do, and I did that. But other than that, I fully followed the pattern. There's multiple cast-on options in this pattern, and she wanted the looser collar, so that's what I did. There's also a structured collar, and I think that's it. But I did the looser collar option. Obviously, it's a circular yoke, and yeah, my beginning of round is right down the center of the back. I did use the jogless stripes method, but you can, I mean, with any jogless stripes, you can see it a little bit, but I think it turned out okay. And yeah, I really like it. I hope Lauren likes it. It was a really fun process, getting to do a sample knit. This was my first time ever doing a sample knit. And with a deadline, it went pretty fast. I know I started it in December, so I finished the sweater in less than a month, because I started it on Vlogmas. It was early December, but I didn't finish my iris sweater till the 14th. And so I didn't really kick off working on this. Like, I had started it, but I hadn't done much until I finished my iris, and then I kicked it into gear. So I finished the sweater in right around like 2 weeks, really. But I'll put that, you know, I already put the actual date that I started it, but really the most of the progress was after I finished my iris. So if you watched Vlogmas, you already know that. But yeah, I enjoyed the process so much, and this sweater will now be going to its rightful owner, and this is what we got. So I'm gonna take some pictures in it so that I have them and can put it in my Instagram as a finished object, and then go take this to mail it off. So, all right, well, I'm gonna send you back to future Tiffany from tomorrow. All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little clip. I enjoyed making that sweater. I enjoyed wearing that sweater for the little bit of time I had it in my possession. And it was a really fun process. That pattern was so quick, so highly recommend. In terms of what else I have to talk to you about, I have 2 whips, a new cast on, and a little bit of haul. So it shouldn't be too much longer in terms of what we have to chat about. So I will talk about my blanket here first and wrap that up from Vlogmas. So if you tuned into Vlogmas, then you know I got a homespun house advent. And the only thing I've done with it so far is crochet into my scrappy blanket. So this is my little scrappy blanket. It does not have a pattern. I can just tell you what I did. I chained 302. I single crocheted into 300 stitches. So I skipped the first 2 loops and single crocheted into 300 stitches on the first row. And then every other row after that is just double crochets into the row below. So that's all this is. These are, let's see. This is where the advent colors start, and then this is the 24 colors from the homespun house advent. It was very bright and cheery. There's some sparkle in there. I don't know that the camera is picking that up. I'm trying to move it a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but there are some Stellina based yarns in her advent this year. And yeah, I had a really fun time doing a row a day. I mostly stayed caught up. I had a few days I got a little bit behind, but I caught right back up. So this is the remainder of the colors. This was day 24, this really pretty green with some pink and dark greens and light greens. So a really cool Christmas color. And yeah, I loved it. I cannot wait to use the leftovers in my sweet shop blanket. That's kind of the plan for those. But yeah, so I worked a bit on this. So the next whip that I'm going to talk about, you guys have seen before, but haven't worked on it in a little while. So this is my Ingrid Pullover. This is a pattern by Petite Knit. I'm knitting it in the size small and on the recommended needles, which is a US 6 with the US, I can't remember what I used for the collar. It's whatever the pattern calls for. Maybe a 2.5, maybe, I can't remember, maybe a 4. But this is knit in Holst Garn, super soft. This is not, obviously not the same color, but my main color did come on a cone like this. Actually, I do have it. Just show you the color. So this is in the color Sugarsnap, which is a really pretty pink. And I am holding that double, so 2 strands of the Holst Garn, super soft, I have to sneeze, held with Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in the color Dusty Rose. And that is how we are getting this really pretty mauvey pink color. So what can I say about this? Okay, so last time you guys saw it, it did not have a collar. And I did finish that not too long ago. I debated, I really thought I wanted a folded collar, like a double thick collar. But this yarn combo is a little bit denser than the yarn combo that's called for in the pattern. I got gauge with it, so that's all fine and dandy. But if I were to have a folded over collar, it would be pretty darn hefty. And so I decided to go with just a single collar for now. I can always redo it if I change my mind. But for now, I did a poll on my Instagram and that's where we landed. So this is not the collar that's called for in the pattern. It's kind of a weird turtlenecky kind of collar. And then she has a folded collar option, I think. But I just kind of went rogue and did my own thing and I like it. I like how it looks right now. So we'll see once I get it on and wear it, how I feel about it. So I've done that. And then currently on my Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll put all of that information below. I'm Tiffinstitches over there. And I'm doing a 7-day challenge and I'm failing miserably, if we're being honest. Hopefully I can cover some good ground today. That's my plan. But I am working on the body. And so the last time you guys saw it, I was at the base of this moss stitch section. So I have since done the purl ridges, the eyelets, purl ridges, and I am almost done with this lattice section. Now, I am making a modification. So the pattern calls for this to be a double lattice, and the lattice section is really hurting my hands and my wrists. There's right crosses and left crosses where you don't use a cable needle, and I guess I probably just could use a cable needle, but it would slow me down significantly, and I don't really want that. Plus, there's a reason why I think this will work out better. So I'm modifying this section to be a single lattice section, just like at the top here. And then what I'm gonna do is the pattern ends, the body ends with this here. And then you do an eyelet and then you do ribbing, right? So you have ribbing against ribbing. So my thought is that if I do a single lattice section, do the ribbing, and then do a small moss stitch section that measures about the width of this lattice, then do the ribbing, it will give me like a breakup between the ribbing sections. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. I have 2 more rows in this lattice section, and then I will move on to this, which will go a lot faster. So I'm hoping to really get some good progress on this today. But we're working to finish the body. We're on day 4 of 7. I still have sleeves to do, so it's not gonna happen in 7 days, I don't think. I would be very, very surprised, but we'll see. So that is where we're at on our Ingrid pullover. We have made some progress. We're working to finish this guy. I do think it will be finished by the next podcast, because if I'm not finishing it in 7 days, the goal is gonna move to 14, which would still have me done before the next podcast. So I think we will have a finished object with this one next time around in 2 weeks, but we'll see. We'll have to see how I show up in the next podcast. But yeah, so this is my focus whip currently, and I'm excited about it. All right, so next I have a new cast on, and it kind of goes with haul. So I have been thrifting lately. I have been enjoying walking into thrift stores when I happen to be near one and checking out what they have, and I found some really cool clothing items and like really valuable clothing items that I got for very, very good prices, which I'm excited about. I got a really cool vintage piece that I'm excited about. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing any of that. I could make a separate video of like what I thrifted in the last month or something like that. If it's something that interests you, put a comment below if you are interested. This is actually from the thrift store. It's a $50 pullover that I got for like $5. And it's in like brand new condition, comfy. But all of that to say, I've been thrifting, and I thrifted some 100% wool yarn the other day, and it's in Christmas colors. So these are the 3 colors I got. They are Patton's Classic Worsted, and they were $3.99, which really is not that discounted. I looked it up. I think they're like $6 at the arts and crafts store. Now, I don't know that these colors still exist. I think Pine does, this green. I'm not sure. This is Claret, I think. I think that's what it's called. I can't, the Goodwill sticker is covering the color. But yeah, so I got these. They just happen to be in Christmas colors. The red is the only one that I got 2 balls of. So they had 2 hanks of this, or 2 skeins of this, and then 1 of each of these. They're 100 grand skeins, and the only one I could really make a stocking out of, which is what I cast on, was the red. I had enough to make a stocking out of the red. So I cast on, what's it called? It's by Petite Knit. I will put a picture of it here. It is called the December Stocking by Petite Knit. And I've actually seen, if you watch Those Twins Who Knit, Jessica and Rachel, Rachel just knit. I was like, which one knit this? Rachel just knit this one. Jessica knit her other Petite knits other stocking. But this is how it is working up. I have only done the first row of cables and then the row right after that. So the ribbing is done, and then I did one little row of cables. So I haven't gotten super far into this, but I'm excited to have a little stocking. I think it'll be cute in this red color with like a white ivory ribbon. I think it'll be pretty. So I am just using my thrifted yarn for that, and we obviously don't need to have this done until end of next year, so it'll just kind of be one I pick up from time to time when I want something bulky and easy, you know, to work on. So that is our new cast on for right now. And the last thing, I do have one more little piece of haul, and then I will go into the giveaway winner situation. So this is my main skein from the Homespun House Advent. This is called A Toast to Midnight Magic. Super pretty. Love, love, love. Can't wait to make some socks out of that. I don't know when, because I have not been in a sock knitting mood. But when the mood strikes me, I will definitely be using this yarn. And yeah, I think that's all I have in terms of knitting updates and progress. I should have another whip that comes out of hibernation in next week's video. If I do in fact finish my Ingrid Pullover, I will be moving on to try to make some good progress on my porcelain sweater. So yeah, I hope to have some updates on that one. Oh, I do actually have an update on that one. I should go get that. Hold please. Okay, I did totally forget that I worked on my porcelain just a little bit to get it ready for whenever I need to pick it up. So I have it back on the needles. I pulled out everything that was messed up. Finally, it was just sitting there like stitches all loose and at risk for quite a while. And then I did knit the 2 rows that I had originally missed whenever I messed up. So it is now ready for me to jump into the color work again and pick this back up. So I will hopefully be doing that and have some update for you in the next podcast on this one. So if you guys don't know this pattern, just quickly, this is a pattern by Lay Knit. It is called the Porcelain Sweater. I'm knitting this in the called for yarn, but in different colors. So my main combo is a combo of the Sandnes Garn Tynn Pure Gynt in the color Oatmeal. And I'm sorry, I am so tired today. I went to a concert last night, and then we didn't find the car. It's a long story. But anyway, I'm very tired, so I'm kind of stumbling over my words. But Sandnes Garn Tynn Pure Gynt in the color Oatmeal, held with Sandnes Garn Tynn Silk Mohair in the color Almond. That is my main color. And then my contrast is both of those same yarns in the color Blackberry. So I love this. I'm so excited to have it. And I have my yarn for my next Lay Knit sweater that I hope to get swatched kind of around the time I finish this, so I can cast the next one on, because that is going to replace this one once I finish this one, because I cannot wait to have the terracotta sweater. It was in my winter knitting plans. It's definitely happening. I have the yarn right here. I can't wait. So yeah, this one is going to be worked on some more here in the near future, and I'm pretty darn excited about having these 2 finished sweaters. So it is not cold here, really that cold here yet. We're supposed to get a little cold snap, but it was like 80 degrees yesterday, so I still have time. I have time. All right, well, that's everything for the knitting. I'm gonna get the iPad and repick the giveaway winners and then post that here, and we will wrap. Okay, so the new giveaway winners there's 2 sets that have gone unclaimed. And let's see, I picked them. So for the Aphrodite set, Nicole Knits 77, you are the winner on that one. And then for the purple set, Jenny C, you are the winner for that one. So I've put the pictures here. Hopefully you guys are watching. I will indicate that I'm repicking giveaway winners here, but if you guys can just email me, my email address is listed below, tiffinstitches@gmail.com. I will get your address information and go ahead and ship those yarns out to you. So hopefully I hear from these peeps, and we will go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing, amazing couple of weeks. I will have a video coming next Saturday, so it will be a what I hope to achieve in 2025 video. I am still debating if I'm gonna do what I knit in 2024 video. I'm not sure, but I will do a 2025 goals video. That's gonna be coming out next Saturday. So if you are interested in something like that, please subscribe, and then in 2 weeks, I'll be back with another podcast. Okay, bye guys.